Capricorns. How you guys doing? My name is Patty. I'm doing your intuitive tarot today along with astrology and numerology for the, what am I doing for? So the 17th to the 23rd. And we are divine driven and divine guided here. So a lot of everything that comes through is second dimensional, meaning that it comes from divine or your ancestors or whoever is coming through. There is whatever you're trying to struggle with or get answered, those kind of things. That is of divine and downloads and intuition and all kinds of things. I'm an empath, so I get a lot of different abilities that come through. So hopefully this will resonate with you. And then I am going to be pulling 3 oracles out. One is the divines, one is current energies, and the future energies are the planets, because I do astrology and numerology with that. And then we go into the reading, and at the end I will do your wealth, health, and love and relationships. So hopefully something will resonate with you, help you in your journey, and that you'll enjoy it enough to subscribe and hit the bell to see other things that come on. I am also a life balance coach, so you'll also see that down below for Get Balance 2020 if you need any videos, free videos on your mindset. So it is about putting your spirit, your mind, and your body together to get full balance. And that is what Get Balanced is about. And it starts with spirit. So here we go. Let's go. Let's see what is going on for Capricorns. All right. We just had a new moon reading this last week. If you haven't watched that, you're very welcome to go and watch that. You're going to see a lot of these energies play into this week. Because we are in that. We're also getting ready to go through a Mercury retrograde. Oh, Lordy, help us with that one. And there is all that information in that reading. Or in that, well, there's a reading, but we also go through the astrology in that. And that was just done. It's the new moon reading. All right. So let's get started. This is definitely interesting because the divine's starting out with the sacred pool. This is his card. I call him, but he is an energy. So please don't put that in the chat. He's not a he. I know that. It's his energy. Okay. So the thing is that with the sacred pool, this is about connecting the dots. We had this in Virgo sign, I think, already. And it is also the number 11 about bringing things together, a partnership together, or it's also going to separate and say, hey, this is not working out, or this, isn't what is supposed to be, by paying attention to your intuition and connecting those dots, the resources. The divine's a source. Everything else is a resource, but our dot to dot connection is our destiny. A lot of people misunderstand about destiny. Destiny is not your purpose or your calling. Destiny is how you get there to your purpose and your calling. So sort of pay attention to that, because the number 2 in numerology is about to bring a partnership together, or it actually can separate it. That can be a beautiful thing for both, because you don't want to waste time. Time is the most precious commodity that you definitely have on this earth. All right. So for the current energy for Capricorns, it is also the number 8, which is in about your progress, your rewards, and what the thing is that you want to do in your life here. And that is also about educating yourself. That is about learning something new or continuing to learn something new. It's like doctors. They always have to have continuing education because things keep changing. And in your life, whatever it is, whether it's having kids or whatever, it's a continuous process of educating. Now, this education could be going to school, going to college. Maybe you're asking divine, I don't know if this is the right thing for me. I don't know if I should be, doing something else, if this is the right job for me, if this is the right partner for me, that kind of a thing. Or maybe you're in a struggle and you just don't know how to get out of it, and you need to learn something new, how to create a new solution to a problem. I'm a master at solution solving, because it's just like there's always an answer. There's always a way to get through, around, in, around, whatever. There's always a way. And there's always resources. If you pay attention to the divine, he'll give you that resource in your gift, whatever that is, and how to know that. So that is your current energy. What is it that you're either continuing to learn, you're relearning, or maybe there's somebody coming to you that needs to learn something or learn something from you, because maybe you're experienced a little bit older, or maybe you have a specialty that you are good at and they need to learn it. Some people aren't very good at finances, so maybe going to somebody else that has the experience in finances to help grow, or that kind of a thing to help in that. So just some ideas there. I don't know what your journey is. However, this future energy that is also the planet's energy is the number 5. This is, again, something very new. This is about your progress and growth, but it's also a very new energy, an unstable, unfamiliar ground that you've got to get a hold of. So you just really need to pretty much ride the waves. Okay, so riding the waves is going to get you there. That is allowing divine to do his work to get that destiny from point A to point B to point C, and then you get your end result of your calling or your purpose or whatever you're supposed to be doing at that time in your life. So paying attention to those future energies. Those future energies are going to be probably through May, June, and July. This might be a process that might take that long to learn. It might be something that you're going to be helping somebody learn in that time, whatever it is. I don't know what that is for you or how that resonates with you. However, this is about your destiny. This whole reading, I have a feeling, is about your destiny and how you get to that process, or how you don't. Because a lot of the times we miss our mark. We miss our destiny. We miss what is happening and going on. And I've got these upside down, and somebody's calling. He did call back. Well, good for him. I don't know about you, but I'm getting really irritated with these people that say that they're going to call you back and then they never do. Oh, I'll call you right back, and then they never do. And then it's just like they call you again and it's like, oh yeah, it was nothing. And it's like, you know what? That's sort of rude to tell somebody you're going to call them back. Plus, red flag, that tells you the word of that person, the integrity of that person. If they do it over and over and over again, I can't trust their word. Once, maybe not a problem. But twice, 3 times, 4 times, that means that you do not keep your word. And that is really huge. So if you have somebody doing that, saying, oh, let's go do this, and they don't, or whatever, pay attention to those red flags. Really pay attention to those red flags. Anyway, that's just eating my craw today. Okay, so first card out. Interesting. This is going to be something life-changing for somebody. This is going to be a life transformation. Now, this might be something that you're just even awakening to. This is maybe part of your, remember, we're talking about your destiny, because the divine definitely has the destiny there set for you. And this is something that you're going to have to go with the flow. So for you Capricorns that really buck the system and fight the system, this is also in the planets. This is definitely the planets talking. Definitely the planets talking. Because as you go, there's going to be a resistance. There's going to be, watch the new moon video, because you're going to understand what I'm talking about 100%. Is there's a resistance. And the more you buck that, the more you're going to miss your opportunities. All right. Oh, there's my doctor again. Phone's, why is it that when I do a reading, the phone goes off the hook and then I'm off, then never rings? Isn't that crazy how that works that way? That's okay. But we got a problem. Remember, somebody is going to buck the system. We've got the 4 of Pentacles, is you don't want to move forward. You don't want to grow with it. You don't want to do that because it's not what you want. You know what? The divine gives us what we need to grow to what we want. The wanting is the end result. That is the rewards. That is our fruit of our vine. That is the fruit of the hard work and the labor that we put in. So if you can't seem to release something, it's you've got to close a door to open another door and go with the flow. You're going to miss out on your opportunity. So if they say, well, you need to learn how to blah, blah, blah. You know, you're working and say, hey, we need you to learn this new machine. I don't want to learn that machine. I don't want to do that machine. I don't want to learn that. Well, you know what? You don't know what the divine's got ahead of you. You don't know what the divine wants and has got you going. Again, we're talking about destiny. So you learn that machine and you're like, man, I really don't want to grumble on learning how to do that machine. And that's, you're losing out on your reward, because when we learn something new, we have to be thankful because we cannot see what is going on in our destiny. We have to release that so that we can go ahead and have something new, a new opportunity. the boss might say, might not even tell you, hey, we're thinking about promoting this guy all the way to the top. So he needs to learn all these other machines. And you're like, man, they're just using me. They're just working me. They're just I'm not getting anything. I'm not da-da-da-da-da-da. And you're mumping and groaning rather than saying, yeah, thank you. I've got something new to learn. I've got something, other than my ordinary same old, I got something new to learn. And you're happy and you're joyful through it. Then it brings you to that next level. This is anything in life. If you grumble while you go through something, you are holding back on your rewards in your process. Okay, you're missing your destiny. Whereas if you say, thank you for this opportunity, I'm not sure what the frick is going on, but thank you for this opportunity because I know it's going to lead me somewhere. You got a plan. So, and then you go through it and then you find out, wow, now I'm promoted to president. And the only way that you get promoted to president is by knowing all the machines. Just a hypothetical, okay? But this could be your education. I don't want, it's like now, I honestly think college is a joke. It's more of a business. But the poor kids need the college to get through, to have good jobs, and almost need masters and PhDs. It's ridiculous. It's a business. But the thing is, why are these kids needing to learn certain things like history? And there needs to be more trade gathering, trade education, because my daughter doesn't need to learn history, doesn't need to learn accounting, doesn't need to learn all these things to be an illustrator. Does not need that in her. She doesn't need to know the history of all, of American history for illustration. She's not doing illustration for that. She's doing illustration maybe for a gaming company or whatever. Our whole education system in the United States is a flipping mess. It's a mess. And the cost is ridiculous for these kids. Sorry, I'm in one of those rants today. Because I worry about everybody's future, because I can see what Divine is doing. And it's like, oh, please pay attention to what he's doing in your life. Please, please. Yeah, because you know what? It's beautiful. The second dimension is beautiful. It's peaceful. It's joyful. This destiny, I can see where I'm going anyway. So third card out is the Wheel of Fortune. Again, you're giving all kinds of opportunities, things that are going to be coming up, things that are going to try to distract you from and get you off of your destiny, and things that are going to make you just like overwhelmed. It's like, oh, there's too much going on. There's too much going on. I can't think. You need to step back in solitude, in quiet. You need to go to a quiet place and think about what is going on in your life and what you want, not what everybody else wants, because it's not their journey. It's what you want, because you need to keep your body, your stress levels down. You need to keep joyful, happy, so that you can rise to the occasion for your calling. All right. Ride the wave. Sit back, sit in the back of the boat, sit back there with, just some treats, some drinks, whatever, and say, you know what, God, you're up there. You guide it. I'm here. Just call me when you need me. And that's when your life goes really in a phenomenal direction of peace, calmness, joy. Been there, done that on both sides. Let me tell you, world is a roller coaster. You live in this thing here is a roller coaster, and you get messed up. You get totally messed up. All right. Let's see what else Divine has got going for you guys. Woo. This has been a roll today. It's like, holy Toledo. It is a roll. Yep, this is a lesson. This is something learning. Definitely somebody is learning something. So we have the Queen of Swords, the Three of Pentacles, and somebody's trying to tell somebody something, and they're not listening. And the Ace of Wands. Because this is something to learn from. This is a beautiful thing. If somebody is there trying to show you how to do something, be a sponge. Suck in that information. And, if this is of your passion and your destiny, that information is going to be, and you'll know you're on the right track, because this information that you're being given, and you are going to suck it up like a sponge. You're like, wow, how do I remember all that? Why do I remember all that? I shouldn't really be knowing all that. I don't usually remember this way. That is the divine saying, I am giving you this information. Soak it up like a sponge because we need to get to the next level. There is something going on. I had that happen one time. I was really surprised. I stood outside of a job. I had to take a job, and I stood outside that job, and I'm like, why in the heck am I here? I know nothing about this. I don't even want to be here. However, I'm here and I accept it and I thank you for this job. However, I don't get it. I don't get it. And before you know it, I go into there and I'm soaking things up like a sponge. I'm learning everything within an enormous rate. In fact, the guy's like, wow, you can really catch on quick. And I'm like, I didn't realize I catch on this quick. But the thing was, I caught on super quick. And as I kept asking Divine, why am I here? This is weird. Why am I here? Two things I was there: to meet one certain person who taught me some extremely valuable lessons as a parent, and two, that it was a place of protection and security and also financial help that I didn't see that was coming up. But there was a program within this company that helps employees financially that are in trouble or help with their, like maybe medical or rent and things like that. I couldn't see that way out a year, but Divine knew it. And that was my destiny to be there for those two reasons, because that company helped me twice through two major financial situations that could have left me really in a detriment situation. And that one man that trained me left me with a valuable lesson in how to run my life with my daughter as a single parent, that making memories was the most important thing I could do as a parent for my daughter. I'm getting goosebumps because I was going to cancel a trip. I was a single mom, didn't have the money. I was going to cancel that trip. And when he talked to me from a spiritual level, he said, you don't worry about the money. He called his divine God as well. He said, God will lead you and protect you and give you the money when you come back for your bills. You go and make memories with that little girl and don't worry about anything when you come back, and just believe God will protect you. I came back. God protected me twofold in two major things. And on top of that, I brought that information back to that man later on. I said, do you remember what you said to me? And he didn't, because it was a divine message for me. He didn't remember. And I shared it with him and we sort of cried a little bit. And that man passed away from cancer not too long ago. And I carried that and I told him, I'm going to start crying. I carried that with me all the way. Destiny. Pay attention. The empath part, sorry. But pay attention to your destiny. Pay attention to the people that come into your life. Pay attention to what is going on. Pay attention to what job you have. Pay attention to who you're touching. Pay attention, because you know what? You might be the first person and the only person that they come close to in that day of being close to God or divine. And it's all how you act and you be with your destiny. That's all I'm saying on that. Woo! He had me sure go off on that one. All right. I don't know what else but that is definitely for somebody. But that was a very transparent moment for you guys. Are these upside down? Yes. Awesome. Oh, I love it. Love it. Love it. If you pay attention to your destiny and you pay attention to all these little things that are going on in your life and that are connecting, and you keep following that way, you release your bondage. Look at that devil. He is upside down completely. He is overtaken. He is gone. You have released a negative, low vibrational energy because you're trusting and believing and have faith that there is more to this than there ever has been in your life. Not mine, but yours. So you are releasing that bondage. You are growing passion and love in a different way because you're paying attention to your intuition. You're paying attention to that second dimension that you don't understand, that you don't get, but you know that is there and that is always going to be there. That is what you're going to do. You're going to break that bondage and it's going to go away. Because you know what? I love this. So the Knight of Pentacles is also one of romance and passion and love. And love conquers the devil. I love that. The love will conquer any addiction that you have. Love will conquer any bondage that you have to something, and it will be released. But you got to pay attention to your intuition. This is your journey. All right. Whew. Boy, Lord Jesus, you really pulled out of that one for me. I mean, holy Toledo. I mean, what I mean by that is he really had me in a moment. I don't even remember what I said. A lot of the times I don't remember. My daughter will say, what was my Cancer reading? What was my Cancer reading? And I say, honey, I don't remember. I got to go back and watch it. Because after the readings are done, these aren't for me. And whatever message is coming through, whether it be divine or be your ancestors or my ancestors or whatever, this is not for me. This is for you. So definitely. All right. So right now I'm going to do on wealth. We're going to do a card for wealth. We're going to do a card for health and for love. Now, this wealth is whatever that wealth is to you. So wealth could be, again, for those who've never seen me before, and this is a new way. I haven't done this before. This is just for the month of May. And if you guys like it, you just have to let me know in the comments. Hey, keep that going. I'd like to see a Celtic. I'd like to see this. I'd like to see that. I want to listen to my viewers on what they would like to see or like to hear more of or less of. Kind of a thing. But the wealth is up to you. Wealth doesn't have to be money. Wealth doesn't have to be material things. Wealth can be just joy, being happy, being joyful, watching your kids grow up, having good health. Maybe wealth is being able to travel the world. Maybe it's just having a good friendship. Maybe it's volunteering. Maybe it is, making an accomplishment of whatever that is to you. Mine was being a business owner, a successful business owner for a while. Sometimes our wealth changes as we complete one. We get a new one. So it all just depends on where your heart is and where your mindset is. All right. I'm going to tell you, this is really weird today. Okay, you've seen me shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. I have done 3 readings today, and all 3 readings has come up with Queen of Pentacles in the wealth. All 3. So I'm just going to repeat what I've said for the other 2, because whatever that wealth is that you have for you and whatever that is for you, it is shining down. So pay attention to that, because this is a divine wealth. This is not about money. However, if you do desire money and money is your wealth, this is where you begin to share with others that wealth. And if you look at the top of the card, the light shines down on her. This is where it's supposed to be. We're not supposed to hold our wealth to ourselves, whatever it is. Our joy, we're supposed to share our joy, and we're supposed to share our children. Maybe this is why the divine had me talk about my memories with my daughter. That is wealth to me, to be able to leave my daughter with a bunch of fantastic memories so that when I'm gone, she has something to pull from, and that can be her wealth. That joy inside that nobody can take is her wealth. That is very, very different. However, this is more of a material for somebody. This is something that you would like to share. Now, the wealth of this person here, you've got children sharing, of course, or sharing with children. This could be somebody that definitely gives to charities with children. This could be somebody volunteering. This could be somebody working in adoption. This could be somebody working in a third world country in boarding school, those kind of things. However, we're in the United States. I don't know what this is for, but whatever your wealth is, make sure that you share it. And even if that wealth is temporary, that you are moving on to a new kind of wealth, make sure you share whatever that is, because if it ends with you, your wealth will stop. That is not the reason why we get wealthy. We get wealthy so that we can share it and onto somebody else, all right? Because if you start hoarding that and keeping that, and, that's why they talk about tithe in church. It's not about the church. It's about sharing that wealth, helping somebody else, helping grow somebody else. It has nothing to do with the organized religion. It has to do with helping others. That's why we say pay it forward. Buy a coffee for somebody standing in a grocery line. Somebody elder doesn't have enough change or whatever. Throw $1 out. Whatever it is. That's just helping. That's all it is. Let's talk about your health. The Queen of Cups. All right, thank you. Okay. Thank you. So they're having me look at the Queen's face. Okay, so the Queen of Cups we have, where is it? The Queen of Cups we had here already, right? But this is the Queen of Cups for the health. So I'm looking at her face and there is a concern. There is I am not sure what is going on. This is about your health now. Somebody may not be sure what's going on with their body. They're noticing something that is quite not right or whatever. They're not paying attention to what their body is saying. Now that could be just as much as simple as rest. It's like, why am I so tired? Well, have you been running yourself ragged? Have you been doing stuff that causes your body stress? It's like having a job. I did not realize I had my stress level so high when I had my last job because it was a very high stress job. However, I didn't realize that it was affecting me my health so poorly that I ended up, when I got let go, ended up all in the hospital for 4 days. And they thought it was my heart. So, and it wasn't, praise God. However, I was stressed out. Pay attention to your intuition. So somebody's completely stressed out and they don't realize the effects it's causing on their body. So really listen to what your body is telling you. If you need to rest, rest. If you need to change jobs, start thinking about that, because you know what? The more you put stress on your body, the more you shorten your life, because the thing is that your body can only handle stress for so long, and then it gives out. And it gives out in many, many ways. And then you also can overeat, oversmoke, get addicted, blah, 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 blah. So pay attention to your health and the stress that is going on. Somebody's got a lot of stress, and it's time to pay attention to that. And that intuition, you know what's going on. You know what you need to change, because that intuition is trying to tell you. You just got to pay attention to it again. All right. For lovers and relationships, beautiful card. Beautiful, beautiful card. Well, we got two things going on here. So the Empress is about love, and Empress is about compassion. It is about nurturing. It is about growing. So somebody's got a really good relationship going on with someone. And now this could be just friends. This could be with, a friend of an opposite sex, same sex, doesn't matter. It's just a good nurturing friendship. You both care about each other, and one cares a little bit more because, of course, that's the feminine side. The other thing too is, for another, not the same energy, somebody is pregnant. Somebody is looking, and they're very happy, and they're excited, scared, but they're also excited because maybe this wasn't expected, which I will say 90% of the pregnancies probably are not expected. But the thing is, it's the right timing. This is the divine's timing. This is the time that the baby has chosen to come to you and this relationship. And this is a beautiful, beautiful thing. So this is a really good relationship. This is something that is definitely happening in a positive manner. Keep it going. Keep that love, that openness. Make sure you pay attention to what is going on with your intuition, how to handle things. Good communication, honesty, trust. That's really, really huge. All right. Well, I hope this was something resonated with you in this reading. I apologize for getting a little emotional there, but I'm not going to apologize. I'm an empath. That's the way it is. That's the way I see it. And you know what? I believe in being hot. Hot is humble, open, and transparent. So I believe in that. So make sure that you look into what's going on, because your first card was the Tower, and the Devil was your last card, is to release that bondage, to change your life to a completely different avenue. This is going to be beautiful. This is going to be beautiful. Somebody's really pay attention to you, but you got to let the divine lead. You cannot lead, because you know what? Like me, if I try to pick my relationships, it's a mess. And if I let him, then he really knows how to work it. So I hope this helped, and I will see you again on the 18th, Capricorns, for your next reading. Don't forget to look at some of the new videos that are out on the new moon. There's one on speaking to God and asking questions and how to get confirmation, those kind of things, and all that kind of stuff. So make sure you look at the playlist, and I hope that you will subscribe, hit the bell, and join. All right, take care.